my side,
by my side,
honey,
honey,
for
by
my
my
side.
side.
And my love buddy, don't you go so slow. How can I roll when ain't the wheels won't go? It's a long way to Harlem,
Long way to Harlem,
and a long way to Hazard,
long way to Hazard,
just to get a little brew,
get a little brew,
just to get a little brew. Now, my love buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when ain't the wheels won't go? Going on about, and to see my baby.
See my baby,
I ain't coming back.
ain't coming back,
Oh,
no,
I ain't coming back. Now, my love buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when ain't wheels won't go? One hammer, it's in this tunnel, and a ring like mine,
and a ring like mine,
and a ring like mine. Now, my buddy, don't you go so slow. How can I roll if ain't the wheels won't go? When I die, you can make my tombstone, out of number 9 cold,
out of number 9 cold,
out of number 9 cold. Well, my love buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when the wheels won't go? Burning low upon my tabletop. The snow is so softly falling. The air is still in the silence of my room. I hear your voice softly calling. If I could only have you near to breathe a sigh or two, I would be happy just to hold the hands I love on this winter night with you. Smoke is rising in the shadows overhead. My glass is almost empty. I read again between the lines upon the page the words of love you sent me. If I could know within my heart that you were lonely too, I would be happy just to hold the hands I love on this winter night with you. Fire is dying now, my lamp is growing dim. The shades of night are lifting. The morning light steals across my window pane where flakes of snow are drifting. If I could only have you near to breathe a sigh or two, I would be happy just to hold the hands I love and to be once again with you. To be once again with you. where the water runs down into the Carson Valley Plain. There lived a maiden, Darcy Farrow was her name, the daughter of old Dundee, and fairer was she, the sweetest flower that bloomed o'er the grain. Her voice was sweet as the sugar candy, her touch was soft as a bed of goose down, her eyes shone bright like the pretty lights that shine in the night out of Yarrington town. She was courted by young Vandermeer, and quite handsome was he unto him. He brought her silver rings and fancy things, and she promised to wed before the snow came that year. But her pony did stumble and she did fall, her dying touched on the heart of us all. And young Vandy in his pain put a bullet through his brain, and we buried them together as the snows began to fall. They speak of Darcy Farrow where the river runs through. They sing of her beauty in Virginia City too. And at dusty sundown to her name they'll drink around. And to young bandy whose love was true.
Thank you all very much. A good evening, and let us say it's a pleasure to be back here at the town crier. It is, really. What's the temperature like out there now? Anybody know? It ain't, is it? Cold. What's the wind chill factor? See, now you all are from New York. You ain't nobody's fool. You know that wind chill shit is a useless piece of information, right? You know that. What does it do? Because if it's 20 degrees, it don't matter if the wind is blowing 200 miles an hour. It's still 20 degrees, right? I'm gonna try to flat pick one for y'all here. It's something that I recorded many, many years ago. Thank you. We'll do a tune here that I have recorded but is not yet released. In fact, I did the damn thing about 3 years ago and it's not yet released. It's all right, you get to sit on that stuff for a while if you want to. That's the good part about recording. You ain't got to go in the studio and have them hand you the piece of tape and then start copying it for people. This tune was written by Bob Dylan. It's called Girl from the North Country. Well, if you're traveling in the North Country Fair, where the wind blows cold on the borderline, remember me to the one who lives there, for she once was a true love of mine. Well, if you go in a snowflake storm, where the rivers freeze at summer's end, please see that she has a coat so warm to protect her from the howling wind. If you're traveling in the North Country Fair, where the wind blows cold on the borderline, remember me to the one who lives there, for she once was a true love of mine. Please see for me that her hair hangs long and falls in ringlets round her breast. Please see for me if her hair hangs long, for that's the way I remember her best. If you're traveling in the North Country Fair, where the wind blows cold on the borderline, remember me to the one who lives there, for she once was a true love of mine. I wonder if she'll remember me, you know. Many times I've often prayed in the stillness of the night, in the brightness of my day. If you're traveling in the North Country Fair, where the wind blows cold on a borderline, remember me to the one who lives there, for she once was a true love of mine. Well, if you're traveling
country fair, where the wind blows cold on the borderline. Remember me to the one who lives there, for she once was a true love of mine.
I would like to introduce my band to you. My fiddle player is from Christiansburg, Virginia. His name is Ronnie Simpkins. And from Wakefield, Rhode Island, my mandolin player and tenor singer is Jimmy Gaudreau. And my acoustic bass player is also from Christiansburg, Virginia, and happens to be the brother of my fiddle player. His name is Ronnie Simpkins. And this man here playing his ass off on a D28 is from the state of Florida and happens to be 14 years my younger brother. His name is Wyatt Rice. I'll do it. 1, 2.
Summertime and I can walk about, strolling through the many green, it's pleasure, there's no doubt. But give me the winter time and the snow was on the ground. Found her when the snow was on the ground. I traced a little footprints in the snow. I found a little footprints in the snow. Yes, that happy day, Nellie lost her way. Found her when the snow was on the ground. When I called on her at home, there was a big round loop. Mother said she just stepped out, but she'd be returning soon. Found her little footprints and traced them through the snow. Found her when the snow was on the ground. I traced the little footprints in the snow. I found her little footprints in the snow. Yes, that happy day, Nellie lost her way. Found her when the snow was on the ground. Now she's up in heaven, she's with an angel back. I'm gonna join her in that promised land. Every time the snow falls, it brings back memories. Found her when the snow was on the ground. I traced a little footprints in the snow. I found a little footprints in the snow. That's that happy day, Nellie lost her way. Found her when the snow was on the ground. I trace a little footprints in the snow. I found a little footprints in the snow. Oh, bless that happy day, Nellie lost her way. Found her when the snow was on the ground.
Thank you. Sadie and I shot her down. I went back home, I got into bed, 44 pistol under my head. I wake up the next morning about 9:30. The hacks and the buggies all standing in line. Sends and gamblers standing around, carrying little Sadie to the burial ground. What a deed I'd done. Grabbed my hand and away I run. I made a good run, but a little too slow. He overtook me in Jericho. I was standing on the corner reading the bill, and up stepped the sheriff in Thomasville. He said, "Young man, ain't your name Brown? Remember the night you shot Sadie down?" Well, son, yes, sir, but my name is Lee, and I shot little Sadie in the first degree. The first degree, the second degree. If you got any papers, won't you read them to me? They took me downtown, dressed me in a blanket, and put me on a train and started me back, all the way back to that Thomasville jail. And I had no money for to fill my bill. The judge and the jury, they took their stand. The judge had the papers in his right hand. 41 days and 41 nights, 41 years. They pound the ball and strike. We're going to do one more tune here and take an intermission. This tune gets rather lengthy at times, so anyway, we're certainly enjoying performing for y'all this evening, really. We played for a crew in Dayton, Ohio about 3 weeks ago, and they let them in around the time we were doing a sound check. And 4 hours later, they were all drunk before we even got there. So we appreciate your attentiveness this evening, really. That's not a hint. You can yell and scream all you want. You know?
I'd like to remind you that we do have concessions tonight, and we're set up out in the bar area right out there in the corner. And we do have some new items since we were here last, including Norman Blake, Tony Rice Volume 2 on compact disc and cassette, as well as several other new items. So come on out and see us.
All right. Do it, man.
Here we go.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Y'all stay around, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. That was a couple of tunes from the Grisman era, or Dog era, as it's called. Actually, the first tune was written by a friend of mine here in New York named Artie Tom. The first tune was called Fish Scale. And the second one we did was Devlin from... There's a tune called Devlin from the album. It first appeared on a Grisman album called Hot Dog.
Doing a copper repair over here, so
Ricky does doing.
that bowls are starting to get a bowl. So Ricky doesn't trip into his microphone over here.
Those two cats were fucking around with a rug or something over there.
Well, in fact, we were.
We're going to do a tune here that was written by Lightfoot, and then we have a very special guest. No, I'm not kidding. This is a very special guest. It's going to set in. Let me reach out, love, and touch you, to let me hold you for a while. I've been all around the world, how I long to see you smile. There's a shadow on the moon, and the waters here below do not shine the way they should. And I love you just in case you didn't know. Let it go, let it happen like it happened once before. It's a wicked wind, and it chills me to the bone. And if you do not believe me, come and gaze upon the shadow at your door. Won't you lie down by me, baby, run your fingers through my hands. I've been all around the town, and still I do not understand. Is it me, or is it you, or the shadow of a dream? Is it wrong to be in love? Could it be the finest love I've ever seen? Set it free, let it happen like it happened once before. It's a bitter wind, and it chills me to the bone. And if you do not believe me, come and gaze upon the shadow at your door. Kiss me gently, darling, where the river runs away from the mountains in the springtime on a blue and a windy day, where there's beauty all around as the shades at night grow deep, and as the morning stars go down, they will find us in the shadows fast asleep. Let it go, let it happen like it happened once before. It's a wicked wind, and it chills me to the bone. And if you do not believe me, come and gaze upon the shadow at your door.
hope our special guest is back there somewhere. I think he is. Anyway, I've recorded with him, and he has recorded with me, and we have recorded with other people off and on for about 12 years. And actually, a while back, we did a very interesting project together, myself and Sam Bush and Jerry Douglas. And
It's called Drive. Make welcome Béla Fleck.
what you want to do first?